because I know what side I'm on. Now, I can't answer all the questions in morality. All that I can say is that we're all living a life that we were never meant to live. Because when you deal with the matter, with the issue of sin and the reality of sin, everyone suffers. Everyone gets punished. There's nobody that's going to be able to stand above another. So, when we started our country, we started what was known as an egalitarianism form of government, which is the belief that all men are free, right? Well, in order for all men to be free, government and laws must first treat them equal, right? That's the way that our system is designed to work. You must treat all men equal, government and laws. Now, the reason why government must treat all people equal, that people are entitled to fair and equal governing in the same way that they're entitled to the equal protection of laws, is because if the government is responsible for administering the laws, then an attribute of administering the laws is fair and equal governing, right? So when we talk about fair and equal application of laws, when government chooses to take a side, i.e. state of Oklahoma versus you, when government chooses to take a side against you, that is not fair and equal governing. Therefore, it's not fair and equal application of laws, because now the government has chosen to take a side against you, and it is acting both as the accuser, being the prosecutor, as well as also the judge against you, because they both have a conflict of interest. They work for the plaintiff. It's a jurisdictional error, and it's constitutionally codified in Article 3, where it says that in all cases in which a state shall be party, the Supreme Court shall have original jurisdiction. That means that anytime the state chooses to become a party in any cause, be it civil or criminal, it must recuse itself from acting as the judge in the cause. So, when we started our country, we started an egalitarianism form of government. It's a belief that all men are equal. Well, our founders and forefathers, they made a huge mistake, and they've been leading us to dissolution from the very beginning. And I have great admiration for these men, and certainly the documents that they put out. But they did something wrong, and they failed us. Because when they created a government that's egalitarianism, and then they failed to release what they call their property, right? They created not a just system, because it's not built upon just principles of all men being equal. Instead, it's built upon the slavery institution. So we don't have a criminal justice system. We have a criminal enslavement system, because it's built upon the institution of slavery. Because remember, Fugitive Slave Act, prisoner is slave. So when we understand the foundation of the system, now we can understand the motivation of the system. And now we can understand that these brothers and sisters that are there are slaves. And I don't want anyone to be enslaved. So if we can change the foundation and focus on not enslaving and forcing people into involuntary servitude so they can generate revenue and profit for these state-run for-profit industries that benefit the state, then we can start talking about fixing these problems. Because once again, this is an issue of morality, because these people have been born into an institution that is enslaving them and has enslaved them for thousands of years. I don't hold them responsible for the situation that they're in, because they're simply doing what they were created to do, which was not what God created them to do.
Right. And I get all this.
Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.